Hello and welcome to the your English News Bulletin. I'm Esther. These are the headlines. In what was termed as a total breach of privacy after the recent media reports that the personal details of Class 12 CBSE students from Nagaland was sold on Amazon has been removed. A priest, along with 4 others, have been arrested in Bengaluru for allegedly trying to sacrifice a 10-year-old girl in order to ward off evil spirits. A temporary operational camp of the NSCNR has been raided and sealed at Padampukri by the Dimapur police. Now for the news in details. According to updates from the Commissioner of Police Dimapur, Rotihu Tetsio, 3 persons were apprehended on multiple charges of assault, kidnapping and robbery. The arrest followed various complaints wherein money was snatched from labor contractors at random locations in Dimapur. 3 vehicles and 1 bike used in the crimes also seized by East Police Station. In this regard, the police official informed Hornbilltv that the temporary operational camp that the 3 were using was raided and sealed on June 21st at Padampukri for violation of ceasefire ground rules in the presence of the district administrative officials and village gaunburas. The Uttar Pradesh Law Commission had started work on a draft proposal to check the increasing population in the state. The law seeks to limit the benefits of state schemes to those with 2 or fewer children.
The chairman of the Uttar Pradesh Law Commission, Aditya Nath Mittal, said that there should be a check on the increasing population. The draft law will be prepared in the next 2 months and the report will be submitted to the state government, Mittal said as quoted by IANS. He stressed that population control is different from family planning and the law is not against any particular religion and human rights. Resources are already overstretched due to the increasing population. Be it medical facilities, food grains and jobs, everything is under stress due to the rising population, Mittal said. Imagine if the population of the state remains 22 crore to 23 crore even after 20 years, he said. There will be the availability of everything in the abundance for the further generation and there will be no scarcity of resource, he added. The Law Commission chairman's statement comes after Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma recently announced his government's proposed population control policy. Sarma has already announced the gradual implementation of the 2-child policy for availing benefits under specific schemes funded by the state.
In what was termed as a serious data breach by a seller on shopping website giant Amazon.in, the personal details of Nagaland students Class 12 CBSE 2019-20 was on sale, consisting of the names, father's name, address, contact numbers, emails, school names and others. As of June 21st, the seller reportedly named Shastri Nagar Charkyapuri seems to no longer exist on Amazon and the sale of the book has been taken off. In this connection, the principal director of the Nagaland School Education Department, Shanavas C, informed Hornbilltv that it was not a breach from the state government as it was CBSE and no information was leaked from its side. He reiterated that the department is vigilant on such offences and should not be repeated in the future. It may be mentioned that popular Facebook page The Naga Mirror also initiated and sent a legal notice through an advocate from the Delhi High Court on June 18 to the Director of Legal and Associate General Counsel at Amazon India, appraising of the same, stating that Amazon is allowing such sales to take place and a blatant misuse of the platform. The portal was asked to remove the sale, failure of which the matter would be taken to consumer court, criminal court or the civil court. Also, after a section of the media reported the breach, while parents also voiced their concerns, Amazon seems to have taken cognizance of the crime. The book, which was available for purchase, was in a Google Drive link in Excel sheet format. According to reports, the seller claimed that a total of 915 contacts, including the student's name and the likes, with PIN code would be made available in the book, which costed Rs 299. The Delhi High Court on Monday reserved its order on pleas by Facebook and WhatsApp challenging the Competition Commission of India's June 4th notice seeking certain information on the social media platform's new privacy policy.
WhatsApp and Facebook have urged the Delhi High Court to stay notice issued by the CCI on June 4 against messaging applications. The CCI has sought certain information on WhatsApp's new privacy policy. WhatsApp urged the High Court to issue direction to authorities concerned not to take any coercive action against messaging applications till the next date of hearing. A vacation bench of Justices Anup Jairam Bambani and Justice Jasmeet Singh reserved the order after hearing the submission of both sides. During the course of hearing, the court asked Additional Solicitor General Aman Lekhi if he is in position to say that from now till July 9, the CCI will not take any precipitate actions. The High Court further asked if the CCI want to get into it even while legal challenges are pending. ASG Aman Lekhi replied that he has received instructions that the report is not going to be submitted by July 9 in any case, so that they may respond. ASG Lekhi assured only after the report is submitted any steps will follow, and so no thread is hanging over their heads. The fresh pleas were filed by Facebook and WhatsApp on an ongoing petition whereby the companies have challenged the single judge bench order dismissing their pleas against the CCI decision. The hearing in the Delhi High Court over the petition of WhatsApp and Facebook challenging the Competition Commission of India order for an investigation into the messaging app's new privacy policy. Earlier, the division bench had issued notice to the CCI in the matter. The single bench of Delhi Court on April 22nd had dismissed Facebook and WhatsApp pleas challenging a CCI order for an investigation into the messaging app's new privacy policy. The petitioners had challenged the March 24 order passed by the CCI directing a probe into the new privacy policy, and the probe should be completed within 60 days. Facebook and WhatsApp said that since the issue of WhatsApp's privacy policy is being heard by the Supreme Court, High Court, therefore, there was no requirement of the CCI to order the probe. Senior advocate Harish Salve and former Attorney General Mukul Rohatgi appeared for the petitioner and had told the court that the CCI proceedings must be kept in an abeyance as the matter is pending before the Supreme Court and the High Court. Additional Solicitor General Aman Lekhi, who represented CCI in the matter, had earlier told the court that the matter is not a privacy but access to data, and the CCI is going to deal with metadata.
Moving further to more news, the Indian Air Force has raised the second Rafale squadron, the 101 Falcons of Chamb and Akhnur of Ambala, ahead of their formal induction at the Hasimara Air Base in West Bengal. The Times of India has reported. The second Rafale squadron at Hasimara is meant to counter threats on the Eastern Front with China. Rafale's deployment on the Eastern Front is expected to boost capabilities of the IAF, which has already placed multi-role air superiority fighter Sukhoi 30 MKIs at Tezpur and Chaubia. The 101 squadron participated in the Indo-Pakistani wars of 1965 and 1971 and was operational till 2011. While the first squadron, the 17 Golden Arrows, is fully operational at Ambala with 18 Rafale fighter jets, the second squadron currently has 5 jets. The news report suggested citing persons aware of the development. A squadron comprises around 18 aircraft. The formal induction ceremony of the second Rafale squadron has been reportedly delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but is likely to happen within a month. Their Air Force has to upgrade hangars, shelters and other maintenance facilities at the Hasimara Air Base to house the Rafales. The air base is strategically located close to the India-Bhutan-China tri-junction. In the backdrop of allegations over irregularities in COVID-19 testing in Uttarakhand during the recently concluded Kumbh, the Special Investigation Team on Monday issued notices to 3 firms.
According to SIT sources, notice has been issued to the Max Corporate Service New Delhi Nalwa Laboratories Private Limited of Haryana and Dr. Laljandi Lab for questioning. The SIT has given them 4 days to appear before it. For the last 2 days, SIT CMO Dr. S.N. Jha has been recording the statements of Kumbh Mela CMO Dr. Arjun Singh Sengar. Earlier, Haridwar District Magistrate on Thursday said investigations should be done to find out if the private laboratories engaged by the state government to conduct tests during the Kumbh Mela had been approved by the Indian Council of Medical Research before. The whole matter will also be probed by the CO rank level officer. There seems to be a flaw also in the process of impaneling the labs, the DMC Ravi Shankar said. It should have been probed if they were approved by the Indian Council of Medical Research before the impanelment, the DM said. But this was not done and this is a matter of investigation, Shankar said. The matter was being investigated on the district administration level, on a Dehradun level as well, he said. In a district level probe, many inconsistencies have been found in the COVID test reports during Mahakumbh, he said. In this connection, a case has been lodged against Max Corporate Agency and 2 private labs, he added. The officer said that after the preliminary investigation, the further probe is underway and it can take up to 10 more days. Other sections will also be added to the case on the basis of the report.
The second wave of COVID-19 seems to be abating in the country as only 53,256 fresh infections were in the last 24 hours, the lowest daily spike after 88 days, according to the Union Health Ministry on Monday.
The country is witnessing a continuous decline in fresh coronavirus cases for the past few weeks. A dip in COVID-19 tests being conducted in the last 24 hours was noticed. As many as 13,88,699 samples were tested yesterday as compared to 18,11,446 samples tested on Saturday. The country witnessed as many as 1,422 deaths and 78,190 recoveries in the last 24 hours. With the new cases, the cumulative caseload has climbed to 2,99,35,221, including 7,02,887 active cases. As many as 3,88,135 people have succumbed to the COVID-19 infection so far, while the recoveries reached 2,88,44,199. According to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the daily positivity rate in the country stands at 3.83%, while the weekly positivity rate is currently 3.32%. As daily recoveries continue to outnumber the daily new cases for the 39th consecutive day, the recovery rate is currently at 96.36%. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, a total of 39,24,07,782 samples were tested for COVID-19 up to June 20. The Union Health Ministry informed that 28,36,898 vaccine doses have been administered so far under the vaccination drive in the country.
The centre overruled objections from an autonomous institute and changed a crucial agenda item in its council meeting records to push the bid by Baba Ramdev's Patanjali Yogpeeth Trust to set up the Bharatiya Shiksha Board, a national school board on Vedic education.
This entire process was rushed through in 2 months so that the approval was in place hours before the Model Code of Conduct for the 2019 Lok Sabha elections kicked in, officials record investigated by the Indian Express revealed. At the heart of process in an unsuccessful pushback by the Ujjain-based Maharashi Satipani Rashtriya Veda Vidya Pratishthan, an autonomous organization under the Education Ministry working on encouraging and preserving Ved Vidya. At a meeting of its governing council held in January 2019, MSRVVP, which wanted to set up its own board, was asked to appoint a private sponsoring body for putting BSP in place. The meeting was chaired by Prakash Javadekar, the HRD minister, who by virtue of his office was also head of MSRVVP. BSP was conceived to be the country's first national school board that would standardize Indian traditional knowledge and blend it with modern education by way of drafting curriculum, affiliating schools, conducting examinations and issuing certificates. V. Jadipal, who is Secretary MSRVVP, is the principal academic and executive officer responsible for compliance with rules and bylaws, repeatedly flagged legal concerns. He wrote thrice to the Education Minister, expressing his unwillingness to issue the final letter of approval to Patanjali Yogpeeth Trust to establish BSP without an unequivocal order from the centre. However, Jadipal's objections were ignored and the ministry got another officer of MSRVVP, then Vice Chairman Ravindra Ambadas Mule, to rubber stamp the approval letter to Patanjali Yogpeeth Trust on the night of March 9, 2019, hours before the Model Code of Conduct came into effect. When contacted by the Indian Express, Jadipal said he did not wish to speak on the matter. Mule said he was authorized to issue the approval letter since Jadipal was unreachable that day. When asked if he was aware of Jadipal's objections, Mule said he wasn't. Javadekar, who is now the INB minister, did not respond to questions sent by this newspaper and suggested that the questions be asked of the Education Ministry. Patanjali Yogpit Trust did not respond to a request from the Indian Express seeking comment.
In a news that's just coming in, the Principal Secretary and Commissioner of Food Safety, Amardeep Singh Bhatia, IAS, on Monday, June 21st, has issued a statement on the alleged plastic rice which was collected and sent for testing to the State Public Health Laboratory by Food Safety Officer Dimapur. The Commissioner stated that as per the food analyst report, the rice sample tested indicate presence of fortificants in the rice, confirming the rice as fortified rice. Further, microscopic examination of rice kernels showed clusters of rice starch of Oryza sativa species, natural rice origin, and do not show any form of adulterant plastic mixture as alleged in the viral video. The tested rice sample, as per the standardized parameters, is within the prescribed limit of Food Safety and Standard Regulations 2011, the Commissioner stated. It may be informed that fortification of food is standardized and operationalized under Food Safety and Standards 2017 regulations, and rice can be fortified using dusting, coating or extrusion technology where the milled broken rice is pulverized and mixed with vitamins and minerals, resulting in fortified rice kernels. Also, under Food Safety and Standards Fortification of Foods Regulations 2017, every package of fortified food shall carry the words fortified with name of the fortificant and the logo as specified in Schedule 2 of the regulations on the label. Moving further to other news, 5 individuals, among them a priest, have been arrested in Bengaluru for allegedly trying to get a 10-year-old girl sacrificed in order to ward off evil spirits in a field, as per India Today. A case has been registered against them by the cops under the Karnataka Prevention and Eradication of Inhuman Evil Practices and Black Magic Bill, kidnapping and criminal intimidation, as per the New Indian Express. The report said it happened in Gandhi Grama near Nilamangala on June 14. The girl was a class 4 student and lived with her grandma while her parents lived in Magadi. Both were laborers. In their complaint, the parents claimed that the neighbors, Savitarama and Soumya, took their daughter to a nearby field. She told them she was forced to wear a garland. The mother noticed she was missing and on hearing her screams raised the alarm. She was rescued and narrated the incident and said they planned to sacrifice her. The accused claimed that they had taken her for a stone-laying ceremony. Police said a probe has been launched to look into the matter. On the occasion of World Motorcycle Day, which is June 21st, Nagaland Motorcycle Club, the NMC, reached out to 217 field staff of the Power Department, majority of whom are work charge employees in the 3 districts of Dimapur, Kohima and Tuensang, where it has 3 chapters in existence at present. Electrical field workers and some of their counterparts in other departments, unlike most government servants who have been able to work from home or are getting a huge respite from attending office since last year due to the pandemic, have been taking immense additional risks to ensure that electricity in the state does not get disrupted to the best of their ability despite technical and financial handicaps. The NMC, as a small gesture of appreciation and gratitude to their invaluable service, collected a sum of rupees 1,08,500 from club members in the 3 aforementioned districts and distributed it to 217 field workers through their respective offices. The U.S. Special Representative for North Korea on Monday offered to meet with Pyongyang, quote, anywhere, anytime without preconditions, with no public contact so far between the Biden administration and a nuclear-armed nation.
Sung Kim's remarks came after North Korean leader Kim Jong-un last week gave his first reaction to Washington's recent review of its approach to his isolated country, saying Pyongyang must prepare for both dialogue and confrontation. The Biden administration has previously promised a practical, calibrated approach, including diplomatic efforts to persuade impoverished North to give up its banned nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles programs. The US continues to hope that the DPRK will respond positively to the outreach and the offer to meet anywhere, anytime without preconditions, US Envoy Kim said during a 5-day visit to Washington's ally South Korea, referring to the North by its official name.
A new image of Princess Latifah, the daughter of the ruler of Dubai, has been posted on Instagram, which appears to show her at a Spanish airport just 4 months after she said in a leaked video to BBC's Panorama that she was being held in solitary confinement and prevented from traveling after a foiled escape attempt. The photo was shared on Instagram early this morning by her long-term friend, an ex-Royal Navy veteran and teacher based in Dubai, who has also previously posted pictures with the princess in a shopping center and restaurant. Princess Latifah, 35, had not been seen in public since her failed attempt to flee the UAE in 2018. Alongside 2 photos posted by other women last month, it's the first time the princess has been seen since she claimed she was under effective house arrest in a villa that has been converted into a jail. Previously, she said she did not have access to her passport and could not leave Dubai without her father's permission. She is one of 25 children of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. In early 2018, she and a friend left to go to India by car, then used jet skis to board the US yacht Nostromo. The goal of her escape attempt, which was reportedly planned for over 7 years, was to fly to the US and claim asylum, but she was detained by Emirati commandos off the coast of India. In a video recorded before her escape, she said she is not allowed to drive and not allowed to travel or leave Dubai at all. After being captured, kicking and screaming from the boat, she was flown back on a private jet to Dubai, where she has remained until now, only managing to contact the outside world via a smuggled phone. Earlier this year, there was an international outcry over the leaked videos, with a panel of United Nations experts calling on Sheikh Mohammed, who is also Vice President of the UAE, to provide information on his daughter, including proof of life. The UAE's embassy in London and the government's Dubai media office did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Additionally, questions have been raised as to whether the latest photos have been staged or posed in some way, but this has been denied by lawyers acting on behalf of the princess. That's all for tonight's English News Bulletin. Do subscribe to our channel and also follow Hornbill TV official on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Instagram. I'm Esther. Have a good evening.